Before we get into this video, right now I'm running a GoFundMe, so if you'd either like to know more details or if you'd like to support me, you can just go down to the top link in the description. You can go there. There's all the details you'd ever need. There's like a 60-second video explaining everything. Anyway, there was some leaks that ended up coming out about Modern Warfare 3 and the new perk system. We're not going to go too in-depth talking about it right now because there's already tons of videos all over the place. People like Nero Cinema and Espresso have already made videos explaining these things better than I ever could. With that being said, I just kind of wanted to make this video voicing my concerns about the way that the new perk system is going to work. So if you guys are familiar with how some of the bundles worked in DMZ in Modern Warfare 2, there were certain bundles that were arguably, no, I would say are definitely pay to win. Whether that be starting you out with self-revives or giving you UAVs right off the bat. There was many bundles in Modern Warfare 2 where if you purchased them, you would get a distinct and definitive advantage inside of DMZ. Now, my concerns arise with how the new perk system is going to work. So it's basically the perks that we've known for like the longest time now, they're going to be switching over to this new format where it's going to be tied to each piece of gear. So say instead of putting on lightweight or dead silence, instead you're going to be putting on a certain set of sneakers that will give you those same abilities. But from the way that it's sounding, while yes, it's going to be kind of transferring over to this new system, it almost sounds like certain pieces of gear, depending on the piece of gear that you're wearing, it'll give you a certain amount of said effect. Again, I know this probably doesn't make too much sense and it's kind of hard to explain, but think of it like this, okay? So if we go to the Lockman Shroud, for example, we have the rear rips. We have one that gives us recoil control, one that gives us flinch resistance. It kind of sounds like the new perk system is almost going to be adapting that in a way. But where my concern lies is there going to be a chance, right, that the new bundles are going to be able to take those base stats or take those base effects and then amplify them inside of the bundles so that you get a distinct advantage with said bundles and skins. So for example, let's go back to the dead silence example. Say that the base stat or the base effect for putting on a certain pair of sneakers is like 50% quieter footsteps. Is it possible that we could see a bundle where when you wear said bundle or skin, you get 100% silence? This isn't one of the things that was definitively found within the leaks, by the way. This is literally just me speculating. But after reading through some of the leaks, it's one of those things, man, where I'm kind of concerned because for the longest time these bundles were only cosmetic, but then with Modern Warfare 2 we got some of these pay to win bundles, so I'm really not sure how to feel about this one because it could be one of those things where again they start out saying it's going to be cosmetic only. Do you want to know what else has only ever been cosmetic only, quote unquote? Advanced Warfare supply drops, Black Ops 3 supply drops, Infinite Warfare supply drops, World War II supply drops. The list goes on, and it expands beyond Call of Duty. Many of games have done this, where they start out with these systems, or they start selling these things, and they say, hey, it's going to be cosmetic only, and then it turns out not being cosmetic only. So no matter what they say, even if they try to say that the bundles in Modern Warfare 3 will be cosmetic only, or if they try to say that the bundles in Modern Warfare 3 won't ever be pay to win, it's really hard to believe that. It's one of those things where we'll have to wait and see, but I don't know, man. If we end up getting the game, and say, for example, there's like certain percentages tied to some of the different pieces of gear, I guarantee that there's going to be some bundle down the line that gives you at least a slight advantage in some way. Even if it's not like a clear and obvious advantage and it's something only subtle so that Activision can't get chewed out for it, I guarantee if it ends up being like that, we may end up seeing pay-to-win bundles inside of Modern Warfare 3. Am I saying again that they're going to be there? No, of course not, because we don't know that for a fact. But it is a possibility that I just kind of wanted to make everyone aware of and that I've been kind of worried about. Anyway, that's all I really had to say on that topic, so now the rest of the video is just going to be me kind of catching you guys up to speed with everything that I've been doing in my free time on Modern Warfare 2 and everything that I've grinded out in Season 5 Reloaded so far. At this current point in time, I've actually finished everything in Season 5 Reloaded. The only thing that I have to do yet is the vehicle challenge, which, as I was saying in last night's video, I don't really know if I'm going to be going for that. Like, sure, the skin for the vehicles might look cool, but I never play any of the game modes that use vehicles anyway, and even when I do, it's only for like, what, 5 seconds at a time. I know there's also an exclusive weapon blueprint locked behind the challenges, which kind of makes me want to go ahead and do it, but I'm not sure. The challenges don't seem too bad, but I don't know if it's really worth my time. I did end up fully completing the event camo though, so let me go ahead and kind of like blow myself up so I can show you guys that. As you guys can see here, it looks pretty nice. It's like black and red and gold, and when I ADS, because normally you can't even tell, but when you ADS, it's very slight, but you can see it's ever so slightly animated, and you have to be looking at the very specific parts of the gun, like right underneath the reticle, as you can see there, that's slightly animated. And if anyone was curious as to what the base camo looks like, this is what the base camo looks like. So this is the one that you would unlock just for completing one of the weapon classes for the challenge, and then the one on my FR Advancer is the one that you get for unlocking it on every single weapon class. As always, it looks pretty solid. These event camos always look pretty good though. I also ended up getting the Damon and the Lockman Shroud Gold, so I mean, I could go through and do the long shots and the headshots. I don't know if I really want to do that right now, though. I think that's one of those things where I could easily do the Damon on shipment, because you can easily get pistol long shots on shipment, but the Lockman Shroud, I think I'm going to knock out the FR Advancer, the Carrick, and the Lockman Shroud all at once whenever they bring back shootouts. And it's only like 7 a.m. right now, and I've already been grinding shipment for like 3 hours, so we're going to switch it up and play some gun game. I didn't want anybody to be worried, by the way. No, I have not started purchasing bundles. I've already said I refuse to ever purchase bundles in Call of Duty. The only bundle I ever purchased was Ghostface back in Cold War, just because Ghostface is like one of my favorite characters of all time. But I ended up getting this through, because right now I have a Prime trial that I'm using. I never pay for Amazon Prime. I have a trial. But they ended up giving me this bundle for free and another bundle that I got for free. I forget if I ever actually ended up showing it off to you guys. But it's this one right here, this absolutely ridiculous looking rat skin. If you guys don't know, I actually have a massive rat phobia, so I never end up using this one. I mean, granted, it doesn't really trigger my phobia. I don't know. I hate the way that rats look in general anyway. It's one of those things where I redeemed it, but I don't really use it that often unless I'm playing ranked or Warzone, because it ends up scaring the players really bad whenever you sprint at them full speed playing as a rat. That would scare me too. Imagine deploying out to war and then the first thing you see is somebody dressed up as a rat, like a full-sized rat just sprinting at you full speed with an AK-47. I would be terrified. That would literally scar me for life. Let's see if I can actually win a gun game today. Gun game is one of those comfort modes for me. It's always been just one of my favorite modes in Call of Duty. I'm not sure why. It's so simple, yet it's so fun. My favorite gun game will always be Black Ops 2 gun game, though. That one, you can't touch that one. The only way to improve upon Black Ops 2 gun game would be to remake that game and keep gun game the exact same and keep the weapon tunings the exact same, but even then, nothing will ever top the original for me. Get away from me! Huh? I'm genuinely stuck on this rocket launcher right now. Like, this thing is the bane of my existence. Defeat. Wow, I ended up getting 5th place. Yeah, I was stuck on that launcher for so long, dude. Like, I don't get it. Why are the launchers so garbage? It is a rocket launcher. In real war, rocket launchers are used to bring down entire buildings. Yet in Call of Duty, it can't even give them a paper cut. Anyways, yeah, that's all I've been up to. And yeah, I also just wanted to voice some of my concerns about Modern Warfare 3, because I don't necessarily know if it's gonna go that way. And even if it does, like, it's not like it's gonna be anything new, because we saw it this year with DMZ. But my biggest fear is that it's going to bleed into something like zombies, which is really going to annoy me, because zombies is one of my favorite modes in Call of Duty, period. Zombies is what got me invested in this series in the first place. So if some sort of pay-to-win elements end up getting integrated into that, ooh, man, that's really going to rub me the wrong way. And if it bleeds into like 6v6 multiplayer, I mean, I don't even know what I'll do at that point. I'll still play the game, but I'm gonna complain about it. Anyway, as always, a massive shout out and thank you to all the Patrons and channel members. Thank you to all of you in the low baller tier, and even bigger shout out and thank you to all of you in the big baller tier, Mellow Lasking, Emmy Daddy Manny, and the biggest shout out and thank you all to all of you in the G tier, Rhino Vengeance, and Cheese Girl. Thank you guys so much. You guys are literal legends. I love you. Thank you guys for watching. Have an amazing day. Stay beautiful. I love you all. Peace.